And here we go. My God, everybody. What a day. what what a day. Uh Man, this news cycle is literally insane, guys. Uh I don't know I don't know how in maybe we'll look at a little timeline here of the last like 48 hours. Yeah, do I got any news to talk about, Hardcore Raider? Yeah, you think? Where's that Andy guy? Andy's not on tonight. We'll get Andy back on. All right, John Hanish leading the super chats early. Your live stream from 621 is still not available on YouTube page. Did you delist or YouTube take it down? If that's the one that I think didn't get loaded up, it's over on Jake Zweig's channel. If that's the one you mean. Orders it didn't save to my channel for some reason. Don't know. But my God, guys. Yeah, all right. Let's get everybody filled in. Excuse me. On what are we drinking tonight? A little old fashioned. Obviously wasn't planning on going live today, guys. Lives are gonna be Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. But Jesus. Obviously pretty breaking news. Turns out, report coming out of the Pentagon and the Defense Intelligence Agency and CENTCOM that the U.S. strikes on Fordo didn't really do much. Apparently, they closed two of the entrances. Supposedly, most of the interior is completely intact, and they don't think they got any of their enriched uranium. The Trump administration is saying that they don't agree with the Pentagon, I guess. I mean, that's like the people that like did the strike are saying this. So pretty weird. We're going to talk about a lot of different things here. I'm going to give some perspective as someone who's done battle damage assessments of airstrikes, a lot of them, like by hand, and let you know that it never made any sense when we came out an hour after this and said everything was completely obliterated. There was no way to know at the time. That never made sense. We're gonna go back over that. And holy shit! All right, let's do a timeline here, guys. Just to see, you know, again where we've come from in the last 48 hours. All right, so we 48 to 72 hours ago, 72 hours ago maybe, the United States had not entered the conflict at all. The decision was then made, obviously, to carry out those strikes on the nuclear facilities with our aircraft. And then we got a ceasefire yesterday in the morning, or it was at mid afternoon. The ceasefire lasted about 17 minutes total. Obviously, Israel and Iran both just bombed the shit out of each other. Didn't care. Didn't care what Trump had to say about that, apparently. And then after the ceasefire supposedly is back on, we've now realized that the strikes were pretty much worthless. And there's massive, massive implications on those strikes failing, guys. And I'm gonna tell you guys, maybe have some tinfoil hat in this episode. I know you guys like tinfoil hat. I'm gonna tell you kind of when I'm seeing things happen. Man, I feel like the Department of Defense really, whether this is true or not, really wants these strikes to have been ineffective. Because if those strikes were ineffective, guys, what does that prove to Iran and to the world? It proves the United States threw everything it had. 14 GBU 57s. We got nothing better than that. And it failed. Couldn't stop it. So we've essentially admitted we can't stop the Iranian nuclear program. That's kind of what this means. And if that's the case, what happens next? How do you get rid of it, guys? If you can't do it with the most powerful aircraft and munitions in the world, how are you going to remove it? There's technically two more options. You got to go in, or you got to use tactical nukes on it. Really, I mean, that's the case. But we're obviously We're going to go through this. We're going to look at these reports, see what they're saying exactly that's coming out of it. But man, it's you up your mic? Okay. Yeah, I had to turn it down for the recordings for some reason. How's this? Check. Check. We good? Let me know once it's good. Checking audio. Where we at, boys? We're good? Okay, 5x5, good. All right, thanks, Quay. Appreciate it, brother. All right, first thing I want you guys to think about is Trump coming out, and I think we talked about this on the live when it happened. Trump coming out and saying that within an hour after the strike, we knew for 100% sure the entire facilities, 400 feet underground, were completely obliterated. That never made sense to begin with. Now there's a lot of weird stuff going on. Trump is calling it all fake news. Maybe it's fake news, but it's fake news from the Pentagon. I don't know. Our own intelligence agencies are saying this. So I don't know. All right, let's look at this. Why was he so mad this morning? I mean the ceasefire, like none of this looks good for Trump, man. I get it. Like a lot of us, I don't know, even about not really me at this point, but a lot of people. What's up, Ben? Ben Pappas in the chat. Good to see you, brother. A lot of people, it's almost like, you're just holding on for dear life, like that there's got to be some 4D chess move coming. But I'll say, guys, it just doesn't. None of this looks good. Iran and Israel just middle finger in the United States and violating the ceasefire. The fact the United States strikes most likely failed. How does it not look good? You don't think that looks good? When Donald Trump brags to the world that he brought peace to the Middle East and had a ceasefire, that both sides said, oh, he didn't. Go fuck yourself. Pretty embarrassing. And when you brag to the world that you completely obliterated it, you can stand with him if you want. That's fine. I mean, again, I'm a conservative. But what I don't do, guys, right? And there's nothing wrong with this, right? If you're a really low IQ person who can't critically think for themselves and you want to just like hold on for dear life, I'm going to support this politician no matter what he does, even if he goes against everything he ran for. That's on you. If you want to do that, that's fine. But that's not how I look at politics and and policy. I expect success and for you to carry out the things you ran on. So where am I getting my information? We're going to look at it, man. Every news outlet in existence right now. This just came out like an hour or two ago. Now, it might not be true. Maybe. But I can tell you this. I'll tell you guys this. Were the strikes successful? Were the strikes not successful? I'll tell you, probably nobody knows either way. They're probably, even CENTCOM is probably making estimates based off of what they can see off of satellite imagery, which is not much, guys. So no, Trump never knew if these were obliterated originally. And no, we probably don't know anything about them right now, realistically. All right. So, yeah, if you guys can support whoever you want, and that's fine. But again, I that's not how I do my politics, guys. This is clickbait. All right, see ya, Calvin. So Calvin says this is clickbait. So why don't we just switch? I got about 10 of these pulled up of all the reporting coming in. We got one here, here. All right, let's go through it since this is clickbait. Oh, let me get this up. Oh. My overlay is not. I messed that up. All right, stand by. Here we go. We'll get it up right here. All right, so yeah, this is clickbait. Okay, well, here's a report here. Here's a report here. Here's another report here. Type into Google. You can do it yourself. Literally just type into Google. Pete Hegseth just was on Fox News addressing this, okay? He's saying it's not true. That's fine. Donald Trump has addressed this. Donald Trump's administration has acknowledged these reports. So how am I clickbaiting you? Yeah, CNN is one of the 10 news agencies that's covering it. Again, do you guys not believe Trump? You guys think Trump's a liar? Because Trump acknowledged the reports. Those of you who are saying this is fake news, do you think Trump's a liar? Is he lying about this? Oh, now Trump's lying about the reports that he doesn't agree with? Okay. Gotta get some dumb motherfuckers in here. Holy shit. All right. Real quick super chats, then we'll jump into these reports. Jason Coleman, $20. I don't know what YouTube algorithm decided I needed to view your channel, but I'm glad I did. As for that, what you said, this whole thing just doesn't make any sense at all. Exactly what happens next. We're going to talk about that for sure. Thank you very much for the dono, brother. Man Bun Trucker, $20. Agreed. We need to judge anybody in office by their results. Yeah, you would think that. I mean, I thought that was the point of voting in elected officials. I guess maybe not, but whatever. All right, let's look at some of these reports. Again, there's a bunch of them. We'll just start here. All right. So, early U.S. intelligence reviews finds U.S. strikes did not destroy Iranian nuclear sites report. And then we come down here. All right. An early intelligence assessment of the U.S. strikes on a trio of Iranian nuclear facilities found they failed to destroy the program's key components, and that likely only set Tehran's nuclear program back by a matter of months, according to a CNN report. The assessment from the DIA, Defense Intelligence Agency, this is basically where we run all our spies and information from, much like the CIA. The Pentagon's internal intelligence branch is based on a battle damage assessment conducted by CENTCOM in the aftermath of early Sunday mornings. Okay. Citing 4 anonymous sources. Yeah. So again, this wasn't supposed to get released. So again, could be true, could be not. Probably is, because again, the odds of us knowing what really happened, pretty low. Okay. Satellite imagery making those assessments. All right. 2 sources said that Iran stockpiles of rich uranium were not destroyed, while another said the centrifuges remained used to enrich uranium significantly intact. The DIA assessment is that the U.S. set them back maybe a few months tops. Okay. You got another one here. All right. From Jennifer Griffith, according to the well-placed sources who have been seen or who have seen the classified DIA assessment of the bomb damage assessment after the U.S. strikes last weekend. DIA assessed the Iranian nuclear program to be back online in a matter of months, from 1 to 2 months on the low end to less than a year on the high end. This is preliminary assessments and deemed low confidence. Yeah, of course, because it's not officially released. It's based on, I'm told, satellite images of SIGINT obtained since the strikes, the focus on the report, and the BDA at Fordo. Okay, this is important. Again, like I told you, the only way that they can look at this stuff is through satellite imagery and SIGINT, unless you have agents on the ground that can get down in those facilities and actually see the damage done. Which, do we have that? Do we not have that? Where we definitely didn't have that was an hour after the strike. I can tell you that. That's not a thing. That doesn't exist. Guys, I would have to do, and I'll just tell you from personal experience, as someone who did tons of battle damage assessments from airstrikes on targets when I was on the ground in Afghanistan. Guys, they can't really even get a battle damage assessment on mud huts and compounds without having on-the-ground troops really go and look at it. Okay? I've done tons of them. So you're telling me somehow we know what's 400 feet underground, this thing? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. It objectively doesn't make any sense. Also, I don't know if you guys have seen, there's videos that have come out from Iran or on social media. I'm just as bad at TK without talking about without receipts. What are you talking about? I literally just showed you the reports. What? Oh, I've seen you, Bad Living Trust. You're in my channel saying stupid shit all the time. Yeah, you're dumb as fuck, dude. Again, this is not my reporting. I'm not making this up. I'm showing you exactly what's being reported, and I'll show you. Pete Hegseth just acknowledged these reports. We're going to show you the fucking video. So did Trump. Like, my God. Unreal. All right, a couple super chats. Where we go? Scotty Mac, $50. I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid. Not sure why folks think operations are bulletproof. Shit happens all the time. Yeah, dude, all the time, especially with airstrikes. Guys, and I'll tell you a little bit here about other airstrikes after these super chats. Foxco, $10. Chris Cappy did a video a couple hours ago on the damage. This is definitely watching on stream. Okay. Again, nobody really knows what the damage is, and that's the problem with this reporting. Zuby Zuby, $5. Do you think Trump had a major oversight by calling it a wins so soon? Yeah, of course. Of course. Like, there's no way for us to know. I'm not telling you guys I necessarily believe these reports either. I don't believe the Trump administration saying they know it's obliterated, and I don't believe the reports saying that it wasn't obliterated. I'm telling you guys, there's no way fucking anybody knows yet. They don't. Other than probably Iran, who's trying to probably down there and actually looked at it. So that's where we're at. All right. So again, oh, here's another one. Oops. All right. Iran set back nuclear facility program only a few months. U.S. report says preliminary classified findings indicate that the attack sealed off 2 entrances into the facility, but did not collapse the underground bunker. All right. Operation Midnight Hammer. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing, right? These strikes sealed off the entrances of 2 of the facilities, but did not collapse their underground buildings. The official said early findings conclude. Before the attack, U.S. intelligence agencies had said that if Iran tried to rush making a bomb, it would take about 3 months. After the U.S. bombing run and days of attacks by Israel air, the report by the DIA estimated the program had been delayed, but by less than 6 months. The report also said that much of Iran's stockpile of enriched uranium was moved before the strikes. That's common fucking sense. If you don't believe that, wow. Think about it. Iran knew, and the United States and Israel said they were going to attack these facilities. Why would they leave all their shit there? Which destroyed little of the nuclear material. Iran may have moved some of that to secret locations. Yeah, no kidding. Obviously, that's not super high level stuff, right? To understand that. So the question is, what happens now? What happens now? Well, there's a few different options. We can just kind of put our heads in the sand, say that these strikes were successful, the nuclear program was destroyed, and we keep a ceasefire, and we're done. Okay, I guess if we want to do that, maybe that's success, if that's strategic success. Or we acknowledge that we didn't stop the Iranian nuclear program, and we got to do something to stop it. Because I can tell you this now, if we didn't, guys, again, one way or another, we don't know yet. If we didn't destroy their underground facilities and their nuclear program, and they still have all their enriched uranium, they're going to be emboldened. Iran is going to be rushing towards the bomb now. Like, oh, you threw everything at us and you couldn't stop it? Oh, yeah, baby. Let's overdrive this thing. You know, I mean, and I get it. I get it, man. If you're a Republican, I get it. You want to believe that your side can do no wrong no matter what. But that's what Democrats do. Democrats blindly follow the party as NPC sheeps, and whatever they are told by their politicians, they will thumbs up it and support. Conservatives are supposed to be more pragmatic than that. So you have to ask yourself, if you're a Republican who's just head in the sand on this shit, sorry, you're not a conservative. You're a neocon. Okay, you might be realizing that about yourself now, and that's fine. But conservatives, again, look at the world objectively and pragmatically. That's the way that works. Did I see J.D. Vance's speech a second ago? No, but we can watch it. We're going to see Fox News talking about how Pete Hegseth said this is 100% obliterated. There's reports. He doesn't believe the reports. But this isn't the first time. This isn't the first time this administration has said they don't believe their own intelligence apparatuses. Tulsi Gabbard literally reported to Congress they did not believe Iran was close to a nuclear weapon. And what did Donald Trump said? I don't believe her. I don't believe my own intelligence apparatus. So whatever. I don't know. All right, let's hit these super chats real quick, and then we'll take a look at these responses. Watch and Cut Gear channel, $5. Love your channel. Thanks for being so consistent. Send for $5, my fellow Marine listeners. Hell yeah. This is definitely not going to be a 12-day war. Maybe it's over. maybe it's over, but if it's over, I'll tell you, this is a win for Iran. Huge fucking win for Iran. If everything stops here, if it all stops here, guys, and we say ceasefire, peace, Iran continues to developing nukes and accelerating their programs, that's not a win for the United States. That's not a strategic victory for Israel. That's a huge fucking loss for us. All we did is show that we can't stop them from doing anything. You shouldn't. Are you really sure you want to cheer that on? That's not what I want to cheer on. Again, I wasn't happy about this to begin with. But fuck, if all this was 13 days of bombing and a couple people on each side getting killed, and that's it, fuck, dude. For all the negative PR that came with this, for the Republican Party, it's yikes, man. And again, I understand if you're a Republican and you don't want to say anything bad about your party. That's not the point. The point is, what the fuck is going on? We have the Secretary of Defense saying that that CENTCOM and the Pentagon are wrong. Like, that's like the Spider-Man meme, guys. You know what I mean? Like, what are we fucking talking about? You got Trump saying that his own intelligence agencies are wrong. Like, well, then where are you getting your fucking intelligence from, bro? If you don't believe your intelligence director, who the fuck are you getting your intel from? Israel? I guess. I don't know what the fuck's going on, man. And ultimately, guys, the reason why this drives me crazy is 2026 is not far off. And Republicans who fucking can't see past their own goddamn fucking noses and realize these aren't winning political issues. And we're going to get fucking curb stomped in 2026. And we're going to lose the House and we're going to lose the Senate. Is that what you want? Really? Is that really what you guys want? All these people who do no wrong. Is that really what you want? You just want to... What are we going to do then? We're just going to do 2 years of impeachments? They're going to impeach them 5 times. Nothing's going to get done. That's what we're headed for, guys. Like, you should be critical of dumb shit, of your own party. I promise you. It is much more beneficial to do that and expect successful performance. I don't want Democrats to take charge. You know? I know some of you apparently do, but not for me. All right, couple more super chats real quick, guys. Foxco, $10. Do you think maybe using twice as many MOPs could work? I don't think. Well, here's the thing, guys. The GBU 57s have never been used operationally. That was honestly a test. It was like a test run. We don't know how well they work through hard granite like that. There's a lot of things that we didn't know before we tried it. That was very, hey, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, going into it. So drop twice as many. Does that work? I don't know. I think unless you're willing to drop a tactical nuke in there, probably not. We'll see. Scotty Mac, $10. Damn, I'm a pragmatic Democrat. Why must you continuously kick my nuts into my chest? Well, look again, man. If you're that much of a pragmatic Democrat, you're probably more of a centrist than you realize. But Knuckle Hot Dog, $5. Can you please acknowledge that Jackass Analytics wants to be in MARSOC? What do you mean? I don't know. Not tracking that one, bro. I guess I don't get the joke. Maybe somebody will explain that one to me. So here's my thing. This is what I want America to focus on. Okay, guys, for a lot of you who don't understand my politics. I want America to focus on America. We've got serious fucking problems in our own country. The border, right? We were just burning down our own fucking cities with people waving foreign nations' flags 2 weeks ago. That problem needs to get fixed. The economy is not that good. Objectively not that good. All of those things... interest rates are still sky high. Like there's tons of things that need to happen domestically for conservatives or Republicans to show that they're doing a good job moving into the midterms. And us being hyper focused on a war in the Middle East ain't it, guys. That ain't gonna get it done. That's all I'm trying to tell you. I don't hate the Trump administration at all. I've been very supportive up to this point. There's a lot of things I think they're doing very well. The border, especially. This ain't fucking it, guys. I'm sorry, it's not. Okay? Like, come on. All right. We got Beachend, $10. No comment. Thank you, brother. Joe Saunders, $5. So our takeaway is this 12-day war was an all-around face-saving exercise. Kind of feels that way for everyone. Been somewhat serious here, just saying. Yeah, Joe, I mean, that's kind of just what it feels like right now, you know? Is it possible as the Israelis did the BDA? Not an hour after the strike, no. Here's the other thing, guys. Here's something to think about. Have you guys thought about this? If there was shit tons of enriched uranium down in that facility, okay? Hypothetically, it was all still there, and you blew up all that enriched uranium and sent it all the way through that whole facility. What's down there, guys? What can you not go do? You guys know what uranium is? This little thing called fucking incredibly radioactive material. You're not just going to walk down there and be like, yeah, massive radiation, guys. I'm just going to walk down there and be like, oh, yeah, right an hour after it happened. Okay, so if somebody went down there and BDA'd it an hour after it happened, then there wasn't no fucking uranium down there, guys. It's not that, probably not that radioactive. Yeah, and so again, that's if you believe that they left it all there, which that would kind of make no sense to begin with. But I'll tell you this. Here's kind of a theory. Actually, let's look real quick at what Fox News is saying about the response here.
At various outlets where intel officials at the Defense Intelligence
like 30 minutes
Agency,
ago,
which is the spies that work for the Pentagon, basically, they are claiming that Saturday's strikes in Iran were ineffective and only set the Iranian nuclear program back, the weapons program back a couple months. As soon as I asked about that, within a minute, I had a denial from the Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth. Part of what he is saying is, based on everything we have seen, and I've seen it all, our bombing campaign obliterated Iran's ability to create nuclear weapons. Our massive bombs hit exactly the right spot at each target.
Now, Captain, I'll get it if I missed
perfectly. So that is about as strong a pushback as you can get. And it is extraordinary that this story is crossing while President Trump is at this dinner with all the other NATO leaders. I wonder what they're talking about.
Yeah. Again, how? How do we know it was completely obliterated? Based off everything I've seen. All you've seen is satellite imagery, bro. I know how this works, guys. I have no idea how many airstrikes I was privy to watching to doing BDAs from. It was a JTAC. I know how this all works. You don't just know what happened 400 feet underground on like solid granite with some satellite pictures. You don't. All right. If I missed a super chat, let me get back to it, and I'll find it here. We'll get it. Magnum handout. God, the chat. You guys are wild, man. This chat moves so fast now. I gotta get the moderators did a good job at just keeping up. All right, let me get through the super chats, make sure. Hopefully I didn't miss any. Multicam and Millard's $2. Did we get that one? Okay, I think we're caught up. All right, Donald Helms, $10. Trump burned a lot of political capital. Yes. From his own party. For sure. Magnum handout, $5. Have you ever heard of Israel's Yanoah plan involving the destabilization of the Middle East for greater creation of Israel? An interesting read. Is that the one where we basically said in the 80s, the 7 countries that need to be toppled? If so, I know quite a bit about that, if that's what you mean. And yeah, we're one country away. Guys, I believe like the 7 countries we needed to topple were obviously Libya, Lebanon, Iraq. I think Afghanistan. No, I don't think Afghanistan was one. Somalia, Sudan, and Iran. Maybe one more. But yeah, we're like one away. All the rest have been. Mike 96212, $2. Work at home. High bar for states / Congress. Yeah, I know. Jose S, $10. Thanks, I agree. No new wars. Yeah, man. I'm just look, if the war is, here's the thing. If the war is for a good reason, as in like no shit, one of our allies gets actually attacked, that, I don't know. It's hard to even look at right now. Japan maybe, or Taiwan, who knows, maybe. But this shit in the Middle East, let me talk about allies here in a second, guys, because a lot of people think America and Israel are allies, which we are not. And I don't mean that how I feel. I mean objectively and legally, we are not allies. A lot of people don't know that. Andrew Sheely, $5. Appreciate your live streams on this. Very informative, way more than cable news. Well, cable news is going to give you their propaganda, one lens perspective. Not saying I'm right. Guys, there's plenty of stuff I get wrong. I'm just giving my best and my perspective coming from, a career that I had. Diesel, $5. Look how Israel attacked the Liberty. Yep. Well, those were called the PNAC papers. Okay. Got it. Airborne Professor, $5. Nate, training and knowledge does not make one an expert. Yeah, true. And we got a lot of people in charge right now that aren't experts either. I make films, $2. Thank you, brother. All right. Hopefully I got all those. I should have. Okay, so like we saw there, they asked, for the people saying this is fake news, Peter Doocy literally asked Pete Hegseth about these reports, right? Their response, the Trump response is that not that the reports are fake. You guys understand that. The Trump administration is not saying that these reports are fake. They're saying that they're not true. Okay, there's a difference between fake and not true, all right? All right, Tony Vanderbeck, $5 as far as mission planning. What would you have done differently if you could do anything about Iran at all? I mean, what's the strategic goal? What's the strategic goal we're trying to do? Actually remove Iran's nuclear program? I would run the biggest, wildest air bombing campaign you've ever seen. I'd take out every missile site, every anti-aircraft site, put them, like, basically destroy their entire air force, and then I would invade their country, brute force, blitzkrieg style, and I would regime change them, and I would, by actual troops on the ground, remove their nuclear facilities. If that's the strategic goal, that's what is going to be required. And yeah, it would be very, very, very hard to invade Iran. It would be doable. But if that's the strategic goal, then that's what you do. Just like throwing bombs into rocks and saying, we did it, woo! Like, there's no strategic goal being won here. You know what I mean? That's my big thing. Like, what's the positive benefit of this? I don't know. The town drunk. What's up, brother? $5 beer money. Appreciate you. Okay, here's the thing. You talk about allies, because I got this comment on my video today talking about, well, we have to do this for Israel because we're allies. No, we're not. Objectively, we're not. You guys know that the United States and Israel have never formally or legally signed any alliance. Israel has not. No, we're not. No, we're not, Hal. Israel has never participated on the side of America in any conflict or war, ever. So please explain to me how that's our ally. I know this is going to blow some of your minds. How are they our ally? You got anything objective for me on that? You don't. Yeah, you don't, right? See, everybody's like, oh, fuck. I didn't know. You know how many people in here that are big time grifters heard that for the first time and went, shit, I didn't know that. Yikes. Come on. Come on, guys. This is the type of thing. Like, this is how sort of ignorant Americans are about this type of stuff. And I'm not trying to say that rudely. I'm just saying. Think about it objectively. All right. Dieter Niddles Bar, $2. Thank you, brother. Zuby, $5. If you're saying this was sort of a test run for the B-2 bombers, why wouldn't they start off with tactical nuke and get it over with? Why the risk? Oh, man, that's an escalation out of control, right? If you lead with that, you lead with, hey, nuclear weapon. Ooh, the world is, that's a massive, massive potential blowback you're going to get from the world, right? Deidre says, how can you BDA within an hour in a 400 deep facility in the middle of the desert? No, you can't. That's potentially full of radioactive uranium. You can't. You can't. Right? This is the funniest thing, guys. I'm going to show you some responses here. Okay. And this is where, like, cognitive dissonance just is out of control for sort of the Fox News boomer crowd. Because initially, right, it was the Trump admin said it was completely obliterated. We know for sure. They know that it was, right? Then the reports came out that it wasn't. And this now is what that crowd is saying. I'm going to show you some of these comments that are hilarious. All right. So again, here's some of these, right? These are all super, super pro this conflict. I'm so over the anonymous well-placed source reports. Karen, okay. Of course, the name matches the profile. You got here, Nick, GeoInt assets can't penetrate that level of depth from space necessary to gain a real assessment of the battle damage. SIGINT assets are not going to help you much either. This early on, until there's good SIGINT or OSINT or HUMINT reporting, refrain from making judgments. Okay. So, like I said with this gentleman here, there's no way. Now that side is saying, no, there's no way they could know if it was destroyed or not. Well, wait a second. I thought we said this.
A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime, Fordo, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace.
So, which one is it? Do we have the capability of knowing that they've been completely obliterated through a BDA 1 hour after the strikes? Or do we not? You can't have it both ways. Right? Am I crazy? What's the truth here? We don't know. We don't know, guys. This is my point. We don't know. You don't know. I don't know. Trump doesn't know. Hegseth doesn't know. CENTCOM doesn't know. The only people who might know is some poor Iranian private who they sent down into that bunker to go see what was down there. That's the only one. Nobody else knows at the moment. Okay. So, yeah. Or Tim, yeah, great comment. Tim Kennedy may know. Oh, God. I'm going to tell you guys a video I'm working on right now. Thank God for Tim Kennedy. And let's see if I'll pull this up here in a little bit. But I'm going to talk about the repercussions of this. Because they're pretty, the repercussions of this are big, guys. Like, I know we have the typical rhetoric right now where the Trump administration is going to disagree with everything until it becomes obvious that they can't because, oh, well, obviously Iran can still continue to develop their nuclear weapons. Now I'm going to give a tinfoil hat. I know I said I was going to give a tinfoil hat theory here, and I'm going to drop it again. This is not me saying that this is what's going to happen. It's just me kind of looking at things and going, kind of odd how all these things are lining up. All right, so I'm going to give that after these super chats so I don't miss them. Joe Saunders, $5. Okay, this is starting to feel like geopolitical WWE with faces, good guys, and heels, bad guys. Oh, my God. the fact that they keep telling each other where they're going to strike, when they're going to strike. Hey, we're going to strike your facilities. Make sure you move your uranium. Or Iran telling Qatar and the United States, hey, we're going to launch missiles. Make sure you knock them down. Yeah, it's kind of a great comment. Kind of feels that way. Everybody's kind of just trying to save face at the moment because of this shit show. That's what it feels like, where everybody's like, well, we fucked up. How do we save face and back out from now? Crappy J, $5. The strike made us far less safe. We have zero idea where the uranium is, and it's not unreal for Iran to get its stamptional dirty B to a large U.S. city. Yeah, I mean, again, we made no progress on this. I'm sorry. I know people want you to believe that. I don't really see that. So, you guys ready for some tinfoil hat? Some real military industrial complex tinfoil hat, which you guys know I love. I love the tinfoil hat with the MIC. So let's throw out 4D chess. What does real 4D chess from the military industrial complex look like? Okay, check this out. So let's do the timeline of events. The United States announces 100 times in a row, we will not and cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. How many times have we said that? 1,000 times. Initially, Israel's got this. Israel said, we don't need your help. We got this. Israel starts the campaign. Then what happens? We don't got this. We need your help. The United States says, one strike, all we need to do to remove Iran's nuclear capabilities. We're going to send 14 GBU 57s, everything we can. Our most powerful munitions we've got that are non-nuclear, and we are going to destroy it. Then what happens? The Pentagon comes out with a report that says, no, ineffective. We did not destroy it. We cannot reach their bunker. And then, what happens from there? Well, again, we cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. There is only one way we can stop them now, and that is a point target raid, most likely with DevGru operators, Delta Force, probably some CRIF units because they actually do a ton of work on tunneling down into radioactive areas. First Group actually did a ton of this in preparation for North Korea. And we send in the motherfucking boots on the ground. Why? Because we have acknowledged, as America, we cannot stop Iran. We can't do it. Israel can't stop them. The United States can't stop them. The only way we can do it is to tunnel in and do it by hand. Man, if you're the military industrial complex, are you not fucking salivating at the thought of that? Imagine Lindsey Graham right now, right? Lindsey Graham just fucking exploded in his pants thinking about that. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying, because where do you go from here? If the United States now says, we have peace, we're done, we're acknowledging Iran can have a nuclear weapon. Hold on one second, guys. Yeah, we got to up the slow mode real quick. Apparently, chat's out of control. You guys are you've blown away my moderators. We're gonna put the slow mode just a little bit higher so that you guys they can fucking keep up with you guys. So sorry about that. We're gonna 20 seconds on the slow mode. All right. Again, guys, you guys are wild. All right, let's hit these super chats and talk about this thing. All right. Why do I have mods? Has this guy never been on YouTube chat before? Welcome to YouTube, brother. You don't know how any of this works. So yeah, let's hit the super chats and then we'll talk about what happens if we don't do anything. Because that seems like what we're doing now. We announced there's a ceasefire. Even Trump said today, after they broke the ceasefire, no, the ceasefire is actually intact. We're good. Yeah, but we're not good. Iran got set back 2 months. We're not good. So are we just going to pretend that we're good? I don't know. All right. Let's hit these super chats, guys. Thank you very much. Demon Slayer, $2. Israel is not an ally. They were MIF and OIF and OEF and Desert Storm and Vietnam and every other conflict ever. Foxglove, $10. Every NATO head of state is currently in one place less than 2,000 miles from Iran, where potentially 1,800 kilograms of rich uranium is unaccounted for. I have a bad feeling about that. Ooh, that would be pretty wild, wouldn't it? That would turn the world over in a hurry. Here's the problem with that. I'm talking about this. The other thing nobody wants to talk about with enriched uranium and deploying a nuclear device, because Iran is such a threat to the world. Talk about deploying a nuclear weapon that has uranium, not plutonium, here in a second. So good point. Multicam and Mallards, $5 USAF absolutely has the capability for a BDA within a RC-135 called the Constant Phoenix, and takes atmospheric samples of radiation and other stuff. Not 400 feet under granite. They don't. False. Michael Manzi, $10, 1 hour after is obviously ridiculous. 3 days later isn't any better. I think your tinfoil hat theory is very close. I hope not. I don't think so, guys. It's such a losing political move to put U.S. boots on the ground. I'm talking political suicide to do that. Even if it's the right thing to do, it's political suicide. So I don't think that's going to happen. I'm just telling you, the military-industrial complex would love for that to happen. Neil McKenzie, $5. I need to know Graham's stock investments. Need to hop on that shit. Follow Pelosi, bro. Pelosi's right there with him. Zuby, $2. We don't attack real threats. No, we do not. Real threats have nuclear weapons. All right, so here's another one, guys. So talking about nuclear weapons. I know people hate that I say nuclear, but I like saying nuclear. Okay, I get it. Deal with it. Cry about it. It sounds better to me. All right, so nuclear weapons. Uranium is very, very heavy. Okay, to build a nuclear weapon with uranium, massive. It's like the ones we dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right? You have to be able to deploy it. You can't send it off in a ICBM for the most part. So you need what? How do you deploy a uranium nuclear weapon? By what? You guys got it? How do we drop those? Dropping is the key. By plane. What aircraft does Iran have that they could load up a uranium nuclear weapon into an aircraft and fly it all the way to Israel undetected and drop it on Israel, even if they had it? You guys think they could do that? Really? Without getting shot down? With Israel's F-35s? No, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Right? We're starting to think about this. It makes no sense. Now, if they had plutonium, which they don't, plutonium you can put on a warhead and you can send out in an ICBM or out of a submarine. Okay? But they don't have that. So the threat never existed to begin with. We could go give them one. It wouldn't matter. They wouldn't be able to fucking fly it and deploy it. All their aircraft are from fucking the 70s when we gave it to them. Your parents' tax dollars paid for the Iranian Air Force. They have F-4s. Okay? So again, does any of this make sense? Does any of this actually make sense? You start to really think about these things. And that's if they wanted to. Yeah, maybe if Putin offered, yeah, I don't know. But the whole thing's crazy, guys. All right. We got GSXR13, $5. Do you think any tier 1 units help Mossad on the ground? Me and Andy Stump talked about that last night on our live. I wish I could pull it up. It would take me a while to find exactly where he said it. But Andy, last night on the live, you might want to go back and watch it if you didn't watch that live. I think it was really good. I asked Andy, as a tier 1 dude who did a lot of these things, what it would take for us to actually infiltrate and take down Fordo? What would the tier 1 units actually have to do? And the way he described it, guys, it was insane. I mean, he went in deep detail about what it would require, and it was absolutely out of control. Insanely high risk, very low probability of success. So go back and watch that if you want an actual tier 1 dude to explain what that would actually take to do by like ground troop. Not likely to work very well unless you invade the country and topple the country, and then you can go do it, right? John Hanish, $5. They put a nuke on a rocket they use to deploy their satellites. They already have said this. They put a uranium nuke on a rocket? Maybe. Probably not. Typically those are plutonium, homie. Because, again, uranium is super heavy. Game Boy, $5. If anyone is questioning the ally stance, read the book Israel Lobby and Foreign Policy by John J. Mershimer. It'll show why we are not. Okay. Good one there. And then Truman HW, $5. They have passenger airlines. If they were willing, that would hardly be the basis for which they accepted defeat. You think they're going to load a uranium-based nuclear weapon onto a like a Boeing jet and then deploy it somehow? Okay. I mean, I like the thought process. You know what I mean? It would take a lot of adaptation to that aircraft to to pull that off, but I mean, maybe you could do it. I don't know where you would put it. It would have to go underneath the plane somehow, and those planes aren't very tall off the base of the ground. Element 212, $10. Real fucking hard to not get mad about this whole thing. People actually talking or wanting nukes is wild. So counterproductive, clearly. I'm trying to teach my son how to potty train, bro. The world's crazy, man. Like, this news cycle, guys, is so fucking nuts. Like, so nuts right now that I can't even keep up. I mean, like, think about today. Think about from last night, my live last night. It has not even been 24 hours, okay? My live last night, when I scheduled it, had me and Andy going to talk about the United States bases being struck and what regime change would look like. By the time we went live an hour later, I had to change it to peace in the Middle East. When I woke up in the morning, Trump was dropping F-bombs on a flight line about how pissed off he was that both countries violated it. And then 4 hours after that, we find out we didn't destroy the nuclear facilities in Fordo. That's in 23 hours. All of that has happened in the news cycle. It also makes you wonder, you know, I've always been a big proponent of this. When things are really crazy in the media, and it feels like look over here, 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 look over here. What are we not seeing? What are we being distracted from? Okay. A lot of media and propaganda is used to distract you for something. What do you guys think? What are we distracting the world from? Let's do some ideas in the chat. All right. And then Neos, can't say your name, brother. Sorry. $5. The IAEA said they were enriching uranium but had no delivery system. Yeah. Why was Iran enriching uranium then? They are the R word, but is that it? I don't know. Don't know, brother. You tell me. All right, here we go. What are we distracting from? An Epstein list, obviously, that's an obvious one. Yeah, let's do a poll. Well, yeah, good call. Who nailed that one? You know we do polls. James Fair. We do polls on this channel. We love a good poll. We're gonna do some of the main ones I've seen here. All right, what are we distracted from? I'm gonna go here. Economy. Let's go. What do we got? Immigration. Border. got. Here we go. We'll go /Diddy on that one. And the big beautiful bill. That's a good one. All right, here we go. Launching it. Let's see what we got, guys. What's everybody think? What are we being distracted from here? Actually interested to see where this one goes. I have my hunch. I'm not going to say it yet because I just want to see what you guys do first. But let's find out. And while we do that, let's make sure I didn't miss any super chats. I think I'm good. Truman HW, $2. We used a rocket-assisted C-130 because we had to. All right. Oh, I should have had an all the above, an all the above option, huh? You got to pick one. You got to pick one. That's the way it goes here. Sorry. No opt out with all the above. Trouble actual $2. Nate, I'm focusing on you, not the chat. All crazy. Yeah, I know. That's okay. I don't mind. I like the engagement. All right, we got about 400 votes in there. We'll let that run a little bit more. All right, one sec. Checking something real quick. All right. So our final wrap up here that we're going to say from the poll. I'm going to go ahead and end it. All right, interesting. So 27% economy, 27% Epstein Diddy. That would have been my guess. Big beautiful bill, 25%. That's actually pretty high. Immigration border at the lowest. Wow, that was pretty evenly split. Pretty evenly split, guys. I'll say this. Some ideas here for distracting. If after Israel did what they did this morning, because again, Trump was furious this morning. Furious. I don't know if we've ever had a president dropping F-bombs on live TV, but he was absolutely livid at Israel this morning. The question then becomes, if we just happen to forgive Bibi and blame it all on Iran, that's going to look highly suspicious. Because think about other world leaders or other people in the media. Does anybody that's just utterly pissed off and embarrassed Trump, does Trump just get over it? Is he just your friend right afterwards when you do that? Really? Is that his personality? Or is he very spiteful and vengeful? I'm just saying. I would assume he's a revenge guy, right? We know that. And I'm not saying I got anything. Yeah, he fires you. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. He's vindictive. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Whatever. But that's how he is. So I'm just saying it's going to look very, very suspicious if this just a whoopsie and we're friends again right after. Yeah, I mean, look what happened with Zelensky, guys. You remember that? Oh my God. So, Foxco, $5. There's no way a stationary weapon could be smuggled into a target area in a truck and detonated? Yeah, it absolutely could be. If you brought it in like a shipping container, that would be a way you could do it. For sure. But, you know, that's a far more likely way to do it. But that's, doable, but then there's a lot of work to that, right? You got to get it in the shipping container. You have to ship it clandestinely. You got to have people with it. that can potentially, set it off. How do you set it off? To be far enough away from it when it's in the shipping container to not get pink misted? I don't know. I don't know enough about it. Maybe I wonder if our friend. Hold on, let's see. I got an idea. I'm gonna look up an expert on this and see what he's. I'm sure he said something recently on this. Here we go. We got to get a real expert on this. Does he have anything? 90% of leaks are psychological warfare, and you are the target. Okay. What's really behind Trump's role in Iran's airstrikes? I don't see anything on the actual nuclear weapons, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Again, I was hoping as an actual expert on this stuff, he would have something up on this, but it doesn't look like it. We can see. Let's try this one. Let's see what we got.
We are not a traditional cafe. We're completely unconventional.
This is a pretty fitting ad for his channel.
To capture the same magic. Hi,
Makes
I'm
sense.
Aaron. I'm the owner of Copper Pug.
Makes sense, actually.
Copper Pug was
I'm gonna
born
let this
out
play.
of my love for pugs.
Shout
when
out
I started
to
the business, I had a very clear direction as to where
it's
we
his
wanted
channel,
to
not
go.
mine. All right.
I've actually been calling this an Israel-Iran war for over a year. The fact that Israel's been fighting proxies like Hezbollah and Hamas, and even taking inbound rockets directly from Iran, shows who is the true aggressor in Israel's eyes. So the fact that they decided to bomb them again in June, actually break sovereign borders and yet again incur into Iran, was not a surprise to me. In fact, about 4 months ago, intelligence analysts worldwide were kind of estimating it was going to be late June, early July, when Israel launched an attack specifically against the nuclear infrastructure in Iran.
So then why was Iran caught by surprise? Because there's no way they weren't. All their commanders, their military commanders were hit.
Let's find out. He's gonna educate us here.
And it took them a long time to respond.
I would say it didn't take them that long to respond. If you recall, there were rockets that were being launched back into Israel by the hundreds within just a few hours of the strike. There was a surprise element because nobody knows what day, what time, and what locations will be hit. That's part of what intelligence is supposed to cover. And Iran's intelligence is strong, but it's obviously not as strong as Israel.
Okay. First of all, this guy has no fucking clue what Iran's intelligence looks like. He has no clue. All right. I love it. I love the grift. I love the CIA, Jason Bourne grift. But no, he didn't have fucking any clue what Iran's intelligence looks like, what Mossad looks like. Okay. And props to you for riding the grift out, brother. But we can't watch any more of that. I was hoping we were going to get some type of nuclear war talk over there, but it is what it is. So, all right, let me check the super chats on this before we move on to the next thing here. What did I miss? God damn, man, these chats are so crazy. Okay, we got it there, and all right, Truman HW $2. However, you can get a howitzer delivered. Works. Howitzer is kind of hard to deliver. John Hans, $2 says, Andy is Team I. He said it himself. What do you mean Team I? Team Israel? Andy said that? I didn't get that impression at all from him last night. Did you watch the live last night? He might not agree with you on that one. Foxglove, $5, just saying you might not even need to sneak a container off the ship into port. Big wave can be worse than a big boom. Got Jake Zweig calling me. He's going to have to wait till after. All right. So then, again, the question we got to ask ourselves, guys. Wait, and actually, we're going to do another poll for this. And I got one thing I want to show after that. But what happens next, guys? What legitimately are you guys not all wondering that right now? Like, what is the way forward for us, for Iran, for Israel? Like, what is it? Does the ceasefire hold? Are we not involved anymore? We're cool with Iran having nuclear weapons. I don't know. So we're going to do, again, a poll right here. What happens next? Peace. Don't have nukes. We invade Iran. We abandon both and isolate. All right, so here's the poll. Okay, here's your options. All right, peace in the Middle East. Everybody kumbayas. Nobody attacks each other anymore. The ceasefires are great. We also have we just let Iran have nukes. And what I mean by that, guys, is we put our head in the sand. The Trump administration keeps saying that the attacks were completely successful, and we just pretend that Iran can't have nukes. Okay? That's the next one. Next one is we acknowledge that Iran is going to get nukes, and we take it to the next level. And then the America First, which is what I think a lot of people are hoping for, is we say, you know what? Fuck you both. We're done. No more funding. We're out. Close the borders. We're going America first, baby. That's your 4 options. We'll figure out what we want to do from there. All right. And then, all right. I was going to do this on an actual episode, but let's do a little preview to it because I just can't help myself. All right. So once we'll let the poll go, and then we're going to jump into the next thing.
The madness on the world.
All right. What do we got? How's it looking? Are you in there? I need a refill. Like a halfie though. Don't mind, guys. My wife is working hard in the background to facilitate my drinking habit. We're good. All right, how's this? Want to come say hi? Here she comes. Oh, you're in the way. There you go.
In the way what?
This is in the way.
Oh.
All right, we did it.
Where's the chat?
Chat's over here.
Oh. Why is it on the screen?
Well, so that people can see it after. All right. Let's see what we got for our poll. Ooh, this is not really exactly what I thought was going to happen. We got 40% we abandon and isolate. That's what I would like to see happen. I'm not sure if it's going to happen. 36% we invade Iran. You guys are black-pilled. The absolute black-pilled section of the chat. We let Iran have nukes. That is the head in the sand ostrich crowd. And God bless our peace in the Middle East. Our those of us who are hoping for the best out there. So yes, all right. Kind of interesting. Man, it would be so easy for us right now to go America first and abandon this whole thing. And Trump has his out. He had his out this morning. Right? Think about this, guys. And if he did this, man, you could win me back. Trump will win me back immediately. If he goes, look, we shouldn't have gotten fucking involved in this. I wanted to help out, right? I wanted to help out. I wanted to help Israel. I wanted to help the world. But they don't fucking care. They both violated the ceasefire. They told America to go pound sand. We're going to do what we want. So guess what? Have at it, you two. You, Israel, Iran, go ahead. Have your war. You know what? Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Turkey, you guys fucking handle it. And we just wash our hands of it. He has the perfect out now. With Israel spitting in his face this morning, he's got the out. This is it. And man, would he... he has the out with the neocons, right? Even with the neocons who want this, he has the out because he can say, look, I fucking tried. I tried, right? And they just don't want to listen. They don't want to facilitate any peace. So whatever. So the out's there. The potential is there. We're going to find out, though. And then somebody said, and then Mossad releases the Epstein list. Well, that's my point. We're going to find out. Nate hates Trump. You guys think I hate Trump? I hate Trump because I don't want American soldiers to go die in the Middle East. Is that your logic? Is that real logic? I mean, that's wild. I've been pretty supportive of Trump. I'm critical of a lot of Trump's appointees. I've been pretty supportive of Trump. More so than a lot of people. So, no, I don't support. I don't support this spiraling out of control and another war in the Middle East. I don't. I'm sorry. Nate hates stupid shit, which is fair. Yeah, there you go. That's more like that. All right, next. Look, I was thinking about this. I know we were gonna check old Boosie Monte's YouTube channel for real expert opinions. But you know what? I decided we're going to go with the real expert. He's done an entire deep dive on this. And I would love if I could be sort of a... Oh, Chris Cappy does? By the way, me and Chris Cappy just filmed an episode together a couple weeks ago, guys. Hasn't come out yet. On China. So me and Cap Dog, we got an episode coming out here in a few weeks on his channel. Chris is a good dude, man. But no, not Chris Cappy. Chris Cappy is not a real expert compared to who we're going to watch next. Okay, we're going to watch a real Middle East expert. But first, let's hit these super chats before we miss any. Jeff Cousins, $10, conservative Democrat here. A conservative Democrat? Okay. Trump conservative Democrat here. Trump talks too much. He spends all his time on his image. Would benefit from 8 weeks at Fort Sill. Okay. I don't know what a conservative Democrat is, brother, but okay. It sounds good. I'm not sure what the politics look like in that, but all right. John Hannish, $2. No matter who you vote for, you get John McCain. Ain't that the fucking truth, man? Jason Diamond, we have some idiots in the chat. Yeah, we got some dumb motherfuckers that like to show up, but hey, they're here, they engage, they watch, and they give us things to talk about. So God bless them. I don't know what a conservative Democrat is, guys. I'm not trying to. Maybe Tulsi Gabbard style. Is that a conservative Democrat? Did someone just mention Asmongold? Bro, I love Asmongold, man. You guys don't even know. I love Asmongold. I watch his shit all the time. I watch Asmongold more than probably any other YouTuber. That is my dude, man. Well, I don't know him personally. If anybody knows Asmongold, tell him to hit me up. Because I would fucking love to do crossover with Asmongold. He is the fucking man. Also, I got this new thing, this Foom. I'm going to talk about it in a video. But it's like a fake vape. All right, get Sam Hyde. I do like Sam Hyde, too. Hey, if any of you know Asmongold, bomb his chat. Tell him VFT loves your shit, and he wants to do a collab. We'll see. All right, Foxglow, $2. Your episode with Cappy is out, but it's just for members. Oh, he did? Oh, I didn't know that. He didn't tell. No, we've done. Are you talking about the one we did before? I mean, I've done multiple episodes with Cappy. I didn't know that he put one out. What? Oh, I said it's a fake. Cool, got it. I'm getting my hand smacked by my wife for saying stupid shit that I'm not allowed to say. My bad. Thank God I got my handler in here, guys. I got my Israeli. You guys know my wife's Israeli? I bet you guys didn't know that. Yeah, I know. I should have told you guys that in all fairness. My wife is 100% Israeli. So take that for what you will. I know I should. Somebody just said bye. Oh, that was my wife. My wife's in the chat. Miss Val VFT said bye. We're getting divorced now. That's unfortunate. No, my wife is not Israeli, guys. Okay. No, you know my wife's a 10 because she immediately come in and said, fuck that, right? That's how you know my wife's a 10. I'm just kidding. All right, guys. All right, let's guys again. Let's get into a real expert, okay? Like I know you guys like listening to me. I'm a little bit chaotic. I'm a little bit unhinged, right? Sometimes I got good angles, sometimes I don't, but I'm entertaining. But if we want a real fucking expert when it comes to strategic level foreign policy and foreign conflict and all these different things, this is the guy I turn to. All right, so that's what we're going to watch next. He did a full crazy breakdown on this whole conflict, and we need to watch it, okay? So that's what we're doing next. Here we go.
It's been quite the madness on the world stage with what's been happening between Israel and Iran, and now Israel, Iran, and the United States. I'm going to apologize about my lisp. I just got done grappling, and I got headbutted, and I got torn my tongue open pretty good.
Chances are that's not from grappling. It's from sucking fat dicks. But let's get back to it.
So I'm going to do my best. My nephew texted me and asked,
what
the heck
Bring
is
that
going
in.
on? Is this World War III? Like, should I be going into a bunker? So, like, I kind of want to go through a little bit of a timeline. And then from that timeline, let's really talk about where we're at. So,
all right, he's going to tell us where we're at. One second, though. Well, this has got to get loosened up just a little bit. Yeah. Oh, we're good now. All right. Okay. Now we're gonna cover this episode. Okay. I had to get my outfit correct. And now we'll jump into this thing. All right. Everybody good? Everybody good? Ready? Okay. All right. Let's do it.
We'll start right now. Iran just sent missiles towards our bases in Qatar, and those missiles were all intercepted. But that is the first direct attack from a state actor, being Iran, on American military assets.
False. Iran has carried out over 180 attacks on U.S. bases in the last 5 years. Just so you guys know. Now, again, I know he's an expert, but I am going to correct some things as we go. Okay. So, no, not true. Also, guys, I'll tell you this. When I want expert advice on anything high strategic level in the U.S. military, I turn to the guy who did 2 years active duty in SF 17 years ago. Okay, that's who I turn to. All right, so let's see what he has to say here.
They have been using a myriad of proxies. Iran is the #1 financial support and facilitator of terrorism in the world.
Oh, we're gonna let this play so we can support Tim's channel. Okay, make sure he gets some money out of it.
So the October attack by Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, every single one of those organizations have been funded and facilitated, aided and abetted by Iran and Iran's military. It has been the way that they've been conducting warfare, trying to destabilize America and their interests.
Up the volume.
By
Got it.
financing and supporting these organizations.
How we there?
In every form of human suffering. So from terrorism to human trafficking to drug smuggling to weapon smuggling, they have had their fingers in all of it, and it's all to their benefit and all to our detriment. That is why they're motivated to do it. So let's go all the way back. June 10th, bam, warning of Iran's nuclear capabilities. CENTCOM, very clearly was Iran is on a pathway to having nuclear weapons. This is a clear and present danger.
So June 10th? June June 10th is when CENTCOM estimated that Iran was close to nuclear weapons. Are we sure about that? Was that really June 10th? That's when we just figured this out? Last I checked, we've been talking about Iran having nuclear weapons for 20 fucking years straight. So that's news to me. He's jacked. He is jacked. Okay. Yeah, we'll see how jacked Tim Kennedy is here in a second.
Danger to, like, this is an existential threat to Israel. They have said time and time again that if they have a nuclear weapon, they will use it against Israel. They have said it is their intent to remove Israel from the face of the planet. And the thought of Iran having a nuclear weapon clearly was more than Israel could bear.
All right, we got to take a timeout. Real quick timeout. We're talking about Tim Kennedy being jacked. Okay, let's take a look at that. If you didn't know, me and Tim have pictures together. So yeah, let's look at how jacked Tim is. How big this boy is. All right, stand by, everybody. Got to go back a little bit. There we go. How? Are you sure? Are you sure he's that big? Are you sure? You sure he's that big, guys? Hmm? Yeah, I don't know, guys. He looks pretty fucking small to me. I'm just saying. You guys said how fucking big he is. Look, yes, you guys can see. If I can move it around. Oh, you probably can't see the actual comment section. There we go. You guys see the comment here? Just two Valor award-winning bros being bros together. Good times. Fake photo, fake news. I'm just saying. You guys talked about how fucking jacked he is. All right, let's get back to it, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a hater. Let's get back to Tim.
There's some basic components for a nuclear weapon, for a nuclear program, right? You have to have the information, and that information.
This guy doesn't know fucking anything about nukes, by the way.
Like, that's accessible now on the dark web. Like, it's not. It is rocket science, literally, but it's not a secret. The process in gaining nuclear ability, but you have to have the know-how, and that resides in people. And so,
you guys hear that? That is fucking mind-blowing information right there. To have a nuclear program, that requires information and people. Oof. Thank fucking God for this guy. When it comes to analysis of this conflict, man, thank fucking God. You know, I get a lot of hate from people that I'm always wrong. But I get it now after seeing hard-hitting fucking intel analysis like that. Oh boy. All right, real quick on some super chats, and then we'll keep riffing on this shit because this is classic right here. Jake Bewley, $10. Did Tim Kennedy message you privately the other day after you saw him in the chat? That's not actually Tim Kennedy's it's not actually Tim Kennedy's account, brother. It's a fake account that comes in here for comedy. Game Boy, $5. If anyone questioning the ally stance, read the book, The Israel. Oh, I think we already got that one. We got that one. Okay. Super chatting just for TK's Nade King Pit. $5, 618 Canes, $5. Jacked versus you. Yeah, Tim Kennedy's way bigger than me, huh? Joe Saunders, $5 and 8. Just because TK wears a shirt from the teen boy section, we know he isn't jacked. Just saying. I mean, he is pretty jacked, right? Like for fucking somebody that's 5'8". But you know, and again, I'm not saying he wouldn't fucking whoop my ass, but when we talk about actual size and being jacked, yeah, he's fucking nowhere close to where I am. All right, let's see. This is good. This is hard hitting shit right here. The nuclear programs take information and smart people. Got it. Let's keep going.
So that's one component. is people with the information. Then you have to have the facilities. Like if you're imagining like baking a cake, you have to have the cook that knows how to put it all together.
Wow.
Then you have to have the place to cook it. Then
This
you have
is fucking
to have
hard-hitting shit right here, boys.
The stuff to cook it in, like the pans and the stove. And then you have to have the ingredients. Those are the 4 basic components of this nuclear program, right? You have to have the cook, you have to have the facility, you have to have the ingredients, and then you have to have the equipment.
This is good stuff.
This strike, which was based off of a lot of information compiled from a bunch of different intelligence networks, all given to Israel, where Israel, on June 13th, we'll call that day 1, they launch their strike.
Ooh. And we're going to let it play. Let's see, how many views does this have?
I never thought about getting older, but now that I'm in my 30s, I could see my face aging. A client told me to look in the
17,000 views. Not bad. It's pretty good for his channel.
I saw results in.
Now this strike,
pretty good for his channel, actually,
is epic. Israel has done, in the past couple of years, since the October 7th terrorist attack, when them infiltrating the network and putting bombs, explosives inside of pagers, and then all at once waiting, knowing the altitude of where all these pagers were at, and then detonating all these pagers that were being used by terrorist cell leaders, to then the radios that were being used. At this point, it disrupted that terrorist organization so significantly, they didn't know what they could use. Well,
what is he fucking
that same
talking
level
about?
Of intelligence and that same kind of mastermind level targeting, this attack, they sent out a fabricated, a false alert to a bunch of high-level nuclear people. All those people consolidated into one place, and they knew where that place was going to be, and then they blew that place up. They also knew all
read the
of
comments.
The people that were
Okay. Hold on. Everybody keeps telling me to read the comments on his. All right, here we go. We got Tim Kennedy. Thank you for your service. Very informative. Thank you. All right, where's the good ones? We got to get down a little bit. The ones that haven't been deleted off his channel already. This one right here from Bash. All right, come on. There's got to be better ones than this. He usually deletes them all the really funny ones. We usually have to get down to the bottom here. Here we go. How long until you tell us you were one of the pilots? Read the room, sir. Have some self-awareness. Your take on the conflict is so biased, so one-sided. All right. What else we got? It's femchinity. Oh, yeah, okay. There's some funny ones in here, but he deletes all of them as fast as possible, so a lot of the really funny ones aren't on here. Here you go. Tim, silence these haters. A lot of us believe in you. You have done so much for this country. Imagine thinking that. Oh, man. This motherfucker did 2 years active duty in SF. and he's a fucking expert on fucking this conflict. Awesome. I love it. Hold on. Let's get back to where we were. All right. Let me check the chat. Just the whole bacon cake. Whole baking cake metaphors for nuclear weapons. Like, yeah, all you need's you need the bowl and a spoon, right? And you got to have the spoon. You got to have the spoon stir, right? The spoon stir, and that's kind of like the uranium is when you stir the uranium, and then you put it in the oven, right? You put the nukes in the oven, and then when they come out, and you got a nuclear weapon. Well, it's fucking crazy. It's crazy. Oh, fucking A. I just ruined a whole YouTube video I was going to do. I had a whole YouTube video planned on this, guys, and we just blew it. All right. Oh, I think, okay, we good? I don't think I missed any super chats. Hopefully not. Oh, no, I did. Jason Diamond, $10 says, is Iran making crack now with those pans and stoves, Tim? That's a good one, too. Oh, my God. Also, guys, that is who Fox News has on as their fucking military correspondent. Think about that. That's their go-to military correspondent. I missed yours, Fox, though. All right, let me scroll back a little bit. Oh, okay, maybe I did. TK's yellow. Okay, maybe I did miss a few of them here. Oh, shit, I don't see it, brother. Put it in the chat, and I'll read it off. John Hanish, $2, TK's yellow cake recipe. And then Rudy Batello, $2. Tim gets a medium bendable thinking about himself. Yeah, I mean, he's been everywhere at all times. All right. Ken, $2, making nuclear weapons is just like Breaking Bad. Yeah. Yeah, all right, hold on. Let's get back to this. And then we're going to watch a couple more minutes of this, and we'll probably wrap this up because, goddamn, this is just ridiculous. Let's see where we're at now. We're gonna just skip ahead, okay, to the last 3 minutes. I obviously haven't watched this before now.
Now,
where are we at, Tim?
Israel has continued to
get us up to date.
Launch its strategic sites as Iran has retaliated. Coming to what just happened today, June 23rd, day 11, Iran launches an attack on American military assets in Qatar. Our Patriot missiles on the bases in Qatar, about an hour outside of Doha. They go up and they successfully intercept all of them. No damage, no loss of life.
They successfully intercepted all of them because Iran told Qatar where they were launching them at and when they were launching them. That wasn't anything impressive.
Whether this was posturing or this was them just having to prove that they still are going to retaliate, I don't know. But why spend all that money launching a bunch of ballistics for whatever reason? I'm not going to. There's no conjecture on my part. Clearly, they did it. Iran launches missiles at United States military assets in Qatar and are all stopped. The retaliation is useless. Every single one of them is intercepted. And so here we are. Day 11, June 23rd, Iran has just struck at the United States military bases. What does this look like moving forward? Hopefully, it's an opportunity for Iran to sit down at the table and have a conversation about not moving forward with the nuclear program.
Well, that didn't fucking happen.
Maybe they'll stop funding terrorism.
That didn't happen.
It's President Trump has just been in this seat for, 6 months now? It's not like this is going to change. The man's not going to change his mind. He is not going to allow Iran to have a nuclear program. And if they think that they're going to wait this out, clearly that's not going to happen. So I hope people stay safe. If you are living or traveling abroad, keep your head on your shoulders. If you live in a populated area, there's without a doubt.
Okay, we got to stop. We got to stop. All right, that's just honestly way, way too fucking much. It's painful. It's hard to watch. But again, I wanted you guys to at least get a real expert's opinion on this whole thing, as we're watching this in real time. Okay. But obviously that's a little bit behind. He put that out today, and this is moving at warp speed. But again, guys, it takes an expert to really unpack all of this. And again, like I said, when I need an expert on anything military and war related, I turn to the guy who again spent 2 years active duty 17 years ago. That's just what I really tune in for. Yeah, all right. Couple more super chats, and we're gonna wrap this one up. We got Ken, $2. Making nuclear weapons is just like Breaking Bad. We already got that one. Yeah, that was a good joke. Coop wins $5. Did you see what the ATF did to simunitions? Let me talk to you about that, brother. Did something change? That's a big issue right now. We're looking at building a shoot house, but I have an issue getting the simulations. I actually interested in what you have to say about that. How dare you smile with TK? Obviously, that was before. That was before we found out what a fucking fraud he was. Okay, so again, yeah. But TK wants to be SecDef so bad he can taste it. It ain't happening, man. That dude, he has worked so hard for a position with the administration, and it's just not happening. Oh, shit. John Hanish with a big dono, $50. Thank you, brother. Super generous of you. Thank you very much. I want more credit for my TK's yellow cake joke recipe, or joke from Wiki. Yellow cake, also called urania, is a type of powdered uranium concentrate obtained from leach solutions and an intermediate step in the processing of uranium ores. Well, there you go. John actually just comes in and lets us know that fucking Tim is 4D chess in this shit. He actually knew that building a uranium nuclear bomb, the best metaphor for that is baking a cake. Thank God, John. Thank you for letting us know that we're all dumb and Tim had fucking nailed it. God. You know, every time I try to make fun of this guy and then I just get like, oh, nope. He actually is the fucking brilliant goddamn savant that he claims to be. But I get the joke now, brother. Good one. Fox go $5. I said Tim filled this 3 weeks ago, by the way. He's just that good. Oh, he's way ahead of time. Way ahead of time. I mean, hey, why don't we all look, guys? Why don't you all head over to Tim Kennedy's channel, give him a like and a subscribe. It's been real rough over here lately. For Tim, you know, if we go to this, it's been a bit of a struggle. Okay, God bless this recent one with the 17,000 views. Good job, but fortunately, we're averaging, you know, in the 3,000s and 4,000s. That's okay. So he needs the help. He needs the support. So let's all get over there and help Tim. Okay, support him. That's a goddamn American war hero. Isaiah says, "What happened? I just got off work, brother. You missed a lot. Okay, If you guys don't want to do that, I understand. It's fine. But you know, I'm trying to bridge the gap and be be supportive. Yeah, you know. Oh, somebody said you subscribed. Yeah, dude, I want to know when he goes fucking live with his stupid ass videos so I can riff on him, man. I need to know. Right? Oh, that's a good point though. We'll just do this. All right, we'll come here. And that's a -1. Unfortunate in the chat. That's the way it goes. But it's okay because he pays for a shit ton of the subscribers. So he'll be just fine. He'll buy his way back up. If you look into analytics, you'll actually see what I mean by that. But not trying to talk shit, you know. And again, we got a lot of information out of that. We learned a lot. We learned a lot together. And that's important. Okay. So tomorrow, regular scheduled live, 5 p.m. The hater hat. Yeah, this is our biggest hater hat. We got that today for any time we need to do a video with you know, when Valhalla TMZ needs to come out. Which, man, I would love for this crazy Iran shit to die down so I can get back to making fun of, you know, other dudes, you know, and it's, you know, all lighthearted. But they just won't let us do it, guys. Skeptic $10 says, I love you, Nate, but you can have your wife sit in for you once a week. Yeah, we can bring her on for a dual stream. What do you bring on? What do you guys want? You want her to come on tomorrow for a dual stream? We bring her on. What do you guys think? Put it in the chat. One last poll. Well, if they all say no, then you're not fucking coming on. This is up to the chat at this point. All right, here we go. One last poll. See what they say. It's up to you guys. We're democracy in here. This is why we do polls. We'll let that run for a second. We'll get it. We'll see what it says. John, I know you would rather have Tim Kennedy, but unfortunately, he can't do that for you. But I do have plans of having some good dual streams going forward. You guys saw I had Andy Stump on last night. Guys, I am friends with a lot of dudes in the YouTube space, all the famous soft guys. Not all of them, but a lot of them. We talk all the time, but it's time that I start bringing the boys in for some content. So Andy was the first. He'll be back, hopefully. And then, yeah, we're gonna get a bunch of people on here and going forward, right? I'm building this. We're going to be building a studio out when we move to Texas. We get a real fucking podcast. That's not just me in the little corner of my room here with a little bit of a cool background. Real podcast, right? So we're working on it. We're getting there. All right. Let's see what we got on the final poll. And then we are going to my wife is ready for this. 85% said yes. 15% said no. Got a bunch of women haters in here. 85%, pretty good. All right, we'll make my wife come on tomorrow. We only got like one microphone set up though, so we'll have to kind of like go back and forth. We'll make it work. We'll figure out what we want to talk about. Yeah, I don't know what we'll talk about, but restock the hats in store. I've got them coming tomorrow. We got some badass American flag versions of this one that you guys are going to love. They're gray in the front with a bunch of American flag back to them. Those will be restocked tomorrow. All right, so again, tune in tomorrow. Should be a good one. We'll figure out some fun stuff to do. Vets talking says I want to move to Texas. Missouri ain't bad. Yeah, it's better than Oregon. All right, we'll end the poll here. Make sure I didn't miss any super chats. I don't think I did. Nope, we're good. All right, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. It's been a great one today. Obviously, man, we do not know where in the fuck we will be in the next 24 hours. That is just the truth about how crazy this news cycle is. 24 hours from now, we could be in an entirely different place in the world. So we'll just have to wait and see. Again, thank you all for coming out for this unscheduled live. Appreciate it. If you haven't watched my video on the whole ceasefire thing, make sure you go watch it, check it out. And yeah, that's going to do it. All right, and the last one, Jake the Crypto Snake, $5. TK likes polls, not just for democracy. Hey, I'm not here to judge, man. I'm not here to judge Tim's personal life. I'm not. Okay. All right, guys. Thank y'all. Love y'all. I will catch y'all tomorrow. See you in the next one.